But in terms of valuation, yeah. This in February of 2022, high-grade ounces were trading for $3 an ounce in the ground. $3. Today, if you look at the three highest grade stories in the industry of undeveloped silver projects, it's us, Vizsla, Dolly Varden. We're trading for $1 an ounce. Leverage works both ways. Once again, in a declining market, you're going to feel a lot of pain. In February 2022, silver was $26. It was there for a sustained period leading up to that. We don't need silver to go to $30. If it stays at 25, 26, I'll tell you what, all the majors that aren't making money at 21, 22, they're going to start doing M&A. They're going to start doing premium deals. What I'm going to talk to you about today, though, is that asymmetrical risk reward. As Rick Rule says, you want loaded up on the reward and very little risk. And what I'm going to tell you today is going to be about a new discovery, the highest grade discovery we've made in 3 years in a part of Nevada that's, where two different legends were created along the way. What I'm saying right now is that this is a risk-free discovery for you guys. We're going to be following it up in 2 weeks with a fully funded drill program where we're going to be going up, targeting the highest grade structure we've ever hit as a company. Tonopah right now is the second highest grade project in the industry. This is orders of magnitude higher grade. Silver Cloud, 45 square kilometers right next to the world's largest gold mining trend, the Carlin Trend, but we're actually on a different system. We're on a system that's known for high-grade gold and silver, and it's known for the highest grade gold and silver in all of Nevada. In fact, what we think we've got is 45 square kilometers that represents the missing link between the two of the highest grade historic mines in Nevada. 20 years ago, Midas Mine was the biggest cash machine in the industry. It was Fosterville. We think we might have the extension of that deposit, and what we've hit already backs that up. This is a major mining project. No juniors really ever drilled this thing. 20 years ago, as Hollister next door, which produced 34 grams per ton head grade, over an ounce per ton. In 2014, Hollister was the second highest grade mine operating in the world, according to mining.com. Right next door to that and on trend to Midas. These two discoveries, Midas and Hollister, were both walked forward in the early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s, right around the time that Silver Cloud was staked by a very famous prospector. He went on to be a billionaire one day when he started another company. He had 56 projects. That's when I first learned about it. The deal was he was going to put every single project he had into this company. It ended up going to $4 billion, that company. He owned a third of it. I said, Carl, tell me about the project you kept for yourself. Silver Cloud. That's how I became involved in it. That's why I wrote a check in Blackrock before I knew anything about the management team at the time. No one had done anything. Teck had it. Placer Dome had it. At a time when gold was declining. In fact, our chairman, Bill Howell, he had this project with Placer Dome, and he hit 12 meters of 5.5 grams per ton mineralization on a brand new discovery in 2001 when gold was going like this. It was 250. It's the third largest gold mining company in the world. They weren't doing grassroots. They lost their budget. 20 years later, I gave him the opportunity to get back behind the discovery and give him the keys. And he thankfully accepted. What we did last year on a 3 drill hole program, we managed to do what the major mining companies couldn't. This is a massive system we're on. It's one of the largest mercury producing districts in all of North America. And from 1910 to the early 1970s, the Ivanhoe district, of which we're in, was the biggest mercury producer in all of America. And guess what? Silver Cloud, it's not named after silver, it's named after Quicksilver. It accounted for half of all of the mercury produced in this district. Why is that important? Because mercury is the #1 pathfinder element for these low sulfidation hot spring systems. It bubbles up to surface. It shows that you're on top of something. Silver Cloud's the largest underexplored high-quality epithermal district in Nevada. You know how I know that? Because in the 1980s, a self-described tree farmer named Robert Friedland got his start there next door at Hollister. It's called Ivanhoe. It's what the district's named after. He liked it. They went and did some shallow drilling. They hit some low-grade gold, a halo, as these things tend to happen near surface. That was his first mine he ever operated. Another up-and-coming young executive named Pierre Lassonde made his name up at Midas. Midas produced 3 million ounces of gold out of veins that were 1 meter to 3 meters thick. There were 3 of them. at 30 grams per ton head grade. Midas was the reason why Newmont was profitable in the early 2000s. Now, what we have is interesting because this is the missing link. This land was staked right as Hollister and Midas were hitting one foot in front of the other. And because of a the Teck and Placer both didn't want to drop the projects. What they did was they added their own NSRs to it. For 20 years, it had a 10% NSR before Blackrock added. Who the hell is going to drill the thing? Heaven forbid you hit something. Blackrock were the first group to come in, clean up that deal. All those NSRs are gone. It's just a 3.5%. And what's interesting is Hollister, right next door to us, those veins were mined right up to our property. They go east-west. Midas, the veins go north-northwest. We're the missing link.